You sound angry. You sound bitter. What's wrong with you? My name is Grace from Graciela International. That is the question my husband asked me some years back. And I never thought I was angry. I never thought I was bitter. And he told me, from now henceforth, when you talk or when a child calls you, just listen to yourself. Listen to how you talk. Listen to how you respond. And you realize whether what I'm telling you is true or false. And true to his word, he was correct. I was bitter. I was angry. I felt like whenever a child called me, my response was like, yes, I responded yes, but I found that tone was like, stop disturbing. And I thought, what's wrong? How long have I been living like this? What's going on in my life? And for the first time in my life, I started paying attention to how I talk. I started paying attention to how I respond. And I found that it's a problem that maybe I've been having since I don't know when. And the more I decided to pay attention to my talk, to my thoughts, I realized I've been living in a very, very weird way. I've been living in these pains, regrets, holding myself hostage, beating me up, hating me, appreciating nothing in life. And for the first time in my life, I decided to change my life. I decided to look to myself and ask, Grace, what's wrong? What's happening? Why all the bitterness? I lacked nothing. I had everything maybe a woman says she needed. But I don't know at what point in life I had adapted this kind of living. And that is when I decided now I started becoming aware of myself. And that is now how I started my journey of self-awareness. Many years back, sometimes back. And so I decided to pay attention to my emotions, to my moods, because sometimes my husband would tell me, you are gloomy, but I could not understand it. I don't ask, why am I gloomy? Nothing is disturbing me. But why am I gloomy in the first place? What kind of mood? Which are these moods that are making me to feel so bad until I'm expressing it on my face? And so one by one, I started analyzing my emotions, my feelings, my moods, everything, and I realized I've been living like this, maybe, I don't know for how many years, because nobody pointed it out at me, and I never knew it. And so today I want us to look back. I want to talk about self-awareness. And self-awareness is just knowing you, knowing maybe your moods, your feelings, your attitude, which leads to your actions. And sometimes we find we live in a very difficult situation, not simply because we are bad people, not simply because anybody is hurting us, because we are being hurt. It's us who are hurting us. And the real sense, you think it's the other person who is causing whatever you are going through. You are blaming the other person, for your happiness, for he's not doing this for you, he's not doing this for you. And so you live in a very reactive kind of life. So I want us to change the way we live and start living a proactive life. Let's take charge of our lives. Let's take charge of our moods. Let us take charge of our feelings. One advantage, or there are many advantages of us being in control of our lives. We are able to make the right decisions. We are able, we feel happy, you feel free. Because I can tell you for real, when I started analyzing my way of living, I felt like I had carried a load, and I said, oh boy, guilt is heavy. Guilt is heavy, I can tell you for real. Maybe I lived with those guilt, regret, some things that I didn't do there, some things I failed to do there. And so I think all those things mounted to this kind of living that I was living without my knowledge. But once you start realizing them, once you start becoming aware of what's happening around you, once you start realizing I am in a bad mood, why am I in bad mood? You analyze it and then you release it, and you get back to being good mood. Emotions, you don't absorb any emotion that comes, because before you know everything, every emotion that comes, you get it in, and you find you are like this sponge with so much emotions, with so much feelings, you can almost feel them. But simply it's because you don't know. But once you start knowing yourself, you know what to keep and what not to keep. You know what can make you angry and what not can to make angry. You learn to run your own life. You learn to run your own show. You become free. You become flexible. Life feels good. You make the right decisions. You talk well. You talk well to your children. There is peace in the house. But when you don't know yourself, everything agitates you. So I want to welcome you to this another side of life, whereby these things, they may seem small, but they really affect our lives in a big way, because I know it. I've been there, and I can tell you, self-awareness, it's a life journey. It's not one day event. You keep on knowing yourself. You keep on realizing new things. You didn't know yourself. You learn. And every time you learn something new, life becomes better. So we'll be going on this journey. We'll be going through other episodes. We'll be doing self-discovery. After you discover yourself, we decide you are going to change the way you've been living. We'll adopt new habits and we'll move. We'll start self-development. We are going to do so many things so that we can be able to live a good and a comfortable life, just as God had planned for us. So thanks so much, and see you in the next episode. God bless you. And remember to subscribe. Thank you.